Здравствуйте, подписчики и зрители моего канала. Сегодня мы с вами посмотрим игру под названием Red Dead Redemption на ПК. Сейчас тут... Все понял. Так, нормально. Года, а сейчас 24-й. 14 лет мы этого ждали, когда он выйдет на ПК. Наконец-то дождались. Хотя бы так. Посмотреть, что игра из себя представляет. Как-то резко так, походу дело субтитров нет. Графика такая себе. Вас не режет. Ну, главное, справедливо допустим. Откуда думаю, что они пистолет с ножом не забрали? Странно. Ну что они там делают?
Well, I, for one, am grateful, Mrs. Bush, that they are finally bringing civilization to this savage land.
I could not agree with you more, my dear. My daddy settled this land, and I know he'll be looking down on us, pleased at how we help the natives.
Yes, they've lost their land, but they've gained access to heaven.
But Father, do you mean unless an innocent receives communion, they're destined to go to hell? It hardly seems fair.
What I mean to say, Jenny, is that there is a great deal of difference between an innocent and a savage.
I never thought of it that way.
Yes, they lived like animals, but they're happier now.
Not only do people now have motor cars, Father, but I heard that pretty soon we will be able to fly.
No, only angels can fly, Jenny.
No, apparently people can fly. Didn't you hear? Out in Kansas, a man even got a car to fly.
I hardly think so, Jenny.
Apparently, Mr. Johns wants to run for governor, which is why he's so concerned with cleaning up the state.
Nate Johns.
Yes.
His family is nothing but hillbilly trash that came here after the war. I don't want to be judgmental, but this state should not be ruled by such a disgusting family. A family without class.
Apparently, the Johns family have made a lot of money, and he has a lot of friends in politics.
Mrs. Bush, money isn't everything. There are many things that money cannot buy.
It seems that money can buy voters, though.
What you must remember, my dear, is that we have been brought here to spread the word. And the word and civilization, they are the same thing. They are the gifts. It is the opportunity we have, the chance to live among people who are decent and who do not kill each other, and who let you worship in peace.
It's so confusing, Father. Sometimes I find it impossible to make the distinction between a loving act and a hateful one. I mean, they often seem to be the same thing.
Yes, Jenny, it is confusing. But you only have to ask me if you need help.
Indeed.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Bush. Armadillo.
Так, иди в салон. Нормально. Ладно, пошли. Так. Погоди-ка. Я знаю. Так, что ты мне можешь сказать? А ты сын действуешь. Так, не помню, как выглядит. Так, это прыгать. Ничего не выдали.
I don't feel too good.
Нравится? Честно. Фига его здесь колбасит. Жесть. Ладно, пошли. Что за сундуки стоят? Так, с ними никак нельзя взаимодействовать. Ну ладно, пошли в салон. Так, хотел трое посмотреть еще.
Mr. Marston, over here!
Субтитры не включаются почему-то.
You must be John Marston.
Sometimes.
I'm Jake. Your friends from Blackwater hired me to guide you.
They ain't my friends. They're pleased to meet you, Jake.
I got the horses saddled up and ready out front. All righty, Mr. Marston, let's get. I ain't much of a fella for gossip. Easy on the spurs now. We don't need to draw undue attention.
Yeah.
Whoa there.
Good evening.
How do you do, sir?
You're gonna get us both in a world of trouble, Mr. Marston. Best we get out of town. You want to visit?
That's right.
Ain't taking nobody up to the fort in a long time. Strange place for a decent fella to want to visit, if you don't mind me saying.
Who said I was a decent fella?
It's been abandoned for years now. Folks say it was built during the Mexican War. What kinds of soldiers around back then? Are you planning on spending any time in Armadillo, Mr. Marston?
I doubt it. I ain't planning on staying very long.
Well, if you're fixing for some female company, you can do a lot worse than Armadillo.
Что не болтает, я вообще их не понимаю.
Yeah. Oh, it was the marshal who hired me. Lee Johnson. Do you know him?
I think I heard his name.
Says he got a telegram from some Blackwater big bugs asking for a guide. I guess it's none of my business.
That's right.
You ain't very talkative, are you?
Nope.
I'm just chewing the dog, mister. It's how I am. I don't mean nothing by it.
Trust me. There's things you better off not knowing.
Deal.
Т4 то, что мы обратили к своей встрече и поехали.
You don't look much like no Blackwater fella.
That's because I ain't.
If I'm being honest, I don't care much for those highfalutin big city types. Not much at all.
Blackwater ain't much of a city. More of a town with illusions, but no, me neither.
A fella told me he was out in Blackwater a few months back and saw one of them newfangled carriages without horses.
Is that so?
And you wind them up like a clock. Damnedest thing ye ever saw without the aid of liquor, he told me. Yeah, yeah. So who's this friend you're looking for?
Nobody you need to concern yourself with.
Never you mind all my questions, Mr. Marston. I just reckon you might be barking at a knot heading for the fort.
We'll see when we get there.
You got a problem with that saddle, Mr. Marston? Oh, no.
Let's go.
Coyotes, what a waste of good meat. Not far now, Mr. Marston. The fort's just over this hill. Listen, mister. This here is what's left of Fort Mercer. Some gang rode in and took the place over.
So I understand.
This is where we part ways, friend. You have yourself a good time.
Чисто английское такое прохождение. Без субтитров, без всего. Так, я не понял, что... мне надо туда ехать.
Come on.
Контролит себе этого тирана. Понял, что это выберет.
Bill!
Билл.
Bill, I've come for you! Bill Williamson! Come out here, right? Now!
Go away now, John. Don't make me kill you.
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill.
You must think I was born yesterday. You always did think I was an idiot.
That ain't fair, Bill. You were as my brother. I've come to try to save you.
Oh. Do I look like I need saving?
Bill, please. They want to kill us all. I can help you.
Well, you never tried to save me before. You only seemed to save yourself.
Bill, I implore you think about this.
You implore me? You implore me? You always were one for fancy words. Oh. Well, things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge! No more Dutch! And no more you. Implored. I implores you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.
Well?
Oh, нифига себе.
Poor John.
На что он рассчитывал? 3 человека с ружьями, блядь. Ну что, они его так прямо оставили, что ли? Фига у него дыра в бочине, конечно. И кто это такие? Он лежал-то перед воротами, ничего, его тупо сюда тащили и все, что ли? Как-то что-то тут вообще как-то все странно. Там вот ружья такая, блин, дрянь в бочине должна быть. Это самое, он бы уже столько времени пролежал, он давно бы уже все это кинулся. Пласт бы склеил уже давно. Что-то тут какая-то вообще сказка для взрослых.
Well, you're alive.
So it would seem.
So, how do you feel?
I don't know the polite word for it.
I do. Stupid is the word we use around here. What were you doing?
I was doing something stupid.
Well, you'll be okay. Once you didn't die, the doctor said you'd be fine. He got the bullets out a couple days ago.
Good.
It cost us $15.
I'm
sorry, madam. Should have left me there to die.
Did you want to die? I mean, was that it? Was that why you went straight out to Fort Mercer and picked a fight with the worst bandit in the county? To die, Mr.
Mr. Marston. John Marston.
Bonnie McFarland. Miss Bonnie McFarland.
Well, you may be right, Miss McFarland. I don't know.
Huh. So what were you doing?
Trying to give Mr. Williamson a chance. For old time's sake.
You know Bill Williamson?
Knew him. Long time ago.
Well, what was he like?
Dumb.
Just like you.
Thank you, miss. See my hat?
I have. And, what will you do now?
Now I'm gonna take my time and go after him the less kind way.
Ему
Well, that sounds
бочину
very fun,
прострелили
Mr.
просто,
Marston.
блин, из
Quite
ружья,
heroic,
блин.
just like in
Капец,
those
он
penny
полежал,
dreadfuls my brother used to read.
Нормально все это
Meanwhile, if
самое,
you'll
его
excuse me, I've
забинтовали,
got a
там,
ranch
не
to
знаю,
run.
зашивали его или
Of
нет.
course, if you're feeling better, why not take a ride with me later? Help me patrol the perimeter.
Всё, он
You can earn
полежал,
back some of that
нормально,
money we
погнали
wasted on
дальше.
doctor's bills.
Of course. And thank you for saving my life, I
Тут,
mean.
блин, поработаешь.
Next time, Mr. Marston, I strongly recommend you don't try to lose it quite so earnestly.
А он нафиг, ему
I'll
пофиг
bear that in
вообще.
mind.
Дыра в бочине, да ничего страшного, нормально. Я нормально, все, я пошел. Я пошел дальше. Снится больно. Что тут творится? Больно малыши каждый день. Знаю, что больно мне каждый день. Кто так гуляет, посмотри на народ. Что-то тут очень занимается. Ну да, что делать, ничего, женщина работает, на реке сидит, не страдает. Я не понял, я подумал, вот, нифига он не выскочил. Я подумал, что там трава из пня растет. Нет, как бы. Ну, что за книжка? Ехать на лошади? Ладно, это лошадь брать не буду. Вот тут курю. Так, я прыгаю. Так, века. Хочу в курс пострелять. Сейчас. Так, не то. Блин, зараза такая. Зараза. Так. Блин. Ну, что? Так, ладно. Так, надо пушку брать как-то. Ладно, все убрали. Курица просто в хлам разнесло. И в бошку, что ли, попал? Ну, целиться неудобно, не продается. Целиться такое себе. Кто-то задул. Так, что-то...
Back in the land of the living, I see.
Figured it's about time I started paying back that $15.
Well, no time to waste. The horses are saddled up over here.
Я вот курицу пристрелил.
There's the foreman's office. It's also where we lock up good-for-nothing outlaws, such as yourself.
I'm happy enough with my current quarters right now, Miss McFarlane.
Ой, я его ранил. А что здесь можно ранять людей? Ой, ну капец, это просто вообще смешно.
Hop on up. He won't bite. Come on, it's time for you to see what a real ranch looks like.
14-5 чуть. Женщина, я вот только сама тут приехала на Дикий Запад, я как бы...
To your right is the general store. You won't find Parisian high fashion, but it's good for the essentials.
Very convenient. I don't think I've ever seen a ranch with its own store before.
And here's the corral. This one's for the horses. What do you think?
I'm no expert, but it certainly looks like a fine corral.
I suspect you've stolen more horses than you've broken. Come on, Mr. Marston, pick up the pace! That's the train station. Things sure have changed since the line finally got finished, bringing in all sorts of new folk like yourself.
Is that such a bad thing?
Change is only good when it makes things better. Giddy up! Yeah! over there. Paul built it himself when I was just a little girl. And here we are, back at the house. Let's stop for a while before we head out on patrol.
You'll get no complaints from me, Miss McFarland.
Смотрю, чем-то как светлячки, что ли. Ну, в смысле, светлячок, он вдохновлялся, типа Диким Западом. Но здесь прям это другая ссылка. Ну, чё? Что там надо было? Что-то слушать и сделать эти дурацкие книги. Заставляешь женщину мне туда-сюда.
How about a cold drink, Mr. Marston?
Thank you, ma'am. Getting shot, then riding a horse seems to take it out of you. I could use a rest.
Sure. Come on in. I'll show you the house, and then you can sit for a while.
Thank you.
Mr. Marston.
Miss McFarland.
Remember me telling you about the trouble we've been having with rustlers and other undesirables?
I do.
Will you help me keep watch on the property line this evening?
Sure.
I want to see just who is trespassing on our land.
This is a fine weapon.
Come, let's head out. The country is really beautiful at around this time. Come on, then. Let's mount up and take a look around. Keep your eyes open and try not to get yourself shot again. Thank you, Mr. Marston. I feel a lot happier someone's along with me.
I feel a lot happier now I got a rifle.
Well, with your trigger itch and my feminine intuition, we should make quite a team. Believe it. Those damn rabbits are back. Give me a hand with them, will you? Whoa! Let's see that rifle. I want a couple of these for the pop. Mr. Marston. That rabbits didn't stand a chance. Let's mount up and patrol the rest of the property.
Ну, капец, конечно, это еще да.
We should keep moving. There's still a ways to go.
Ты же спудил каютов.
If it's not the rustlers stealing our cattle, it's the rabbits stealing our crops.
It ain't never easy living off the land like this. Maybe you should move to a big city. Become a lady of leisure.
Ого, там скунс бегает.
Damn coyotes are back! We can't afford to lose any more livestock. Kill them, Mr. Marston.
Come on!
Easy now. Come on, boy. Oh, there. Quick, throw it out of the chicken.
Блин. Давай. Собака бежала. Я не могу попасть.
You let them all escape! No wonder Williamson got the better of you! Come on, I'll show you the way to your room. You know, you can actually handle a rifle.
It's something I've had a little experience in.
Maybe Bill Williamson did get lucky after all.
Luck didn't really come into it, miss.
You're a useful man to have around the ranch, that's for sure. But don't think I've forgotten what brought you here. We'll do whatever we can to help you.
I sure appreciate that, Miss McFarland.
И одну курицу.
This is you, Mr. Marston. Thank you for your help, Mr. Marston. Makes me kind of happy I saved your life. Get some sleep and I will see you in the morning.
Good night, Miss McFarland.
Обращайтесь в следующий раз. Давай поспим до утра. Так. Что утро? Магазин доктора жизни. Давай покатаемся, что ли. Ну, блин, короче, это типичная гиташка такая. Только в стиле Дикого Запада. Ну, как-то это вся тематика не очень.
Hello, Mr.
Ну, там можно пострелять, кстати. Пошли, я не знаю, попытаемся, посмотрим, что-то как. Вот, не знаю, как у нас.
Let's go.
Ой, здесь.
Go. Let's go. This weather makes a man happy to be alive. Oh, hell.
Ну, получается, мне еще по заданию нужно будет. Еще одно задание быстренько выполнено.
Oh, Mr. Marston. How are you doing today?
I'm well, Miss McFarland. Thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm fine. Thank you. So, how are your ribs?
Fine. A little sore, but apart from a couple extra scars, it'll be as nothing happened.
Good. Come in. You know, you never did tell me how you met that Bill Williamson or what you wanted from him.
No, miss, I did not.
Well, why not, if you don't mind me asking?
I certainly don't mind you asking if you don't mind me not telling. See, it's a complicated and somewhat pathetic tale, and by telling you, not only will I be putting your life in danger, but also threatening the lives of some people that I hold very dear.
Well, I apologize if I seem to be prying.
And I apologize for my reticence. Hope you believe me when I say that it's simply out of respect for you.
Of course, Mr. Marston. I understand that a city dweller such as yourself likes to have some exotic secrets, so us country folk are impressed.
I'm no city man, miss.
Yeah, but I saw you get on the train at Blackwater. You with those gentlemen in bowler hats?
I'm still no city man.
But I'll bet you can't ride, Mr. Marston.
I hate to take money from a lady, miss.
Oh, you won't be. I'll race you right now.
If it makes you happy.
We'll see. All right, I'll show you how we ride round these parts.
Come on!
On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, go! I trust you're not going to be a gentleman about this.
You don't know me at all, Miss McFarland. Let's go.
Oh, there you go!
Yeah. Go. Let's go. Woo. Easy. Come on.
Come on, Mr. Marston! Come on, boys!
Try to stay with me now. Let's go.
This is gonna be close!
Watch and learn, miss. Come. Are you saving the best for last?
You're not as bad as I thought you'd be! Giddy up!
You still think you're gonna win this, don't you? Yeah.
You'll have to do better than that!
You're lucky I'm being a gentleman.
Whoa!
That was fun.
Sure.
You know, you should go pay the marshal a visit in Armadillo sometime. I'm sure he could help you deal with that nice Mr. Williamson.
Yeah, I might just do that, Miss McFarland.
You do whatever you think's best, Mr. Marston.
Что я могу сказать про игру? Ну, блин, игра, конечно, очередная, короче, GTA-шка, только в стиле Дикого Запада. Такое себе, конечно. Такое себе. В принципе, поиграть нужно. Наверное, лучше бы начал с Red Dead Redemption 2. Это предыстория. А это уже получается вторая часть. Они взяли, как обычно, все перепутали. Надо было сначала делать оригинал, потом уже продолжение, а не как они. Ладно, давай быстро избегаем, тогда еще одно задание сделаем. Надеюсь, сейчас не будет никаких.
Ah, Mr. Marston, how are you?
Good, Miss McFarland. How are you?
I'm well. Would you mind riding with me to Armadillo? I've got to get some supplies and I could do with the company.
Of course.
You can take the reins. It wouldn't do for a terrifying bounty hunter such as yourself to be seen driven around by a woman. Hop on up, Mr. Marston.
Что, нет, не с этой стороны, что ли? А, с той стороны.
Is there a problem, Mr. Marston? Can we get going? You're looking much better, considering you were almost buzzard food a couple days ago.
I have you to thank for that, miss.
So do tell me, have you needlessly risked your life since we last spoke?
No, miss, I have not.
Well, that's a relief. Perhaps there's hope for you yet.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Oh, there's always hope, Mr. Marston. You can't be a rancher in this kind of country if you don't believe that.
An admirable attitude, miss.
I suppose so. I can't think of any other way to stay sane, to be frank. What about you? Have you ever given up hope altogether?
Hope hasn't really entered into it. It's not really something I think about.
A peculiar outlook. I can't really say I understand you.
I can't always say I do either.
Oh, don't be so deliberately enigmatic.
I'm not, miss.
Yes, you are. You are being deliberately obscure as a substitute for having a personality.
I just know there are two theories to arguing with women, and neither one works.
I'm not even going to dignify that gibberish with a response. You look like a man who's been through the mill.
Thank you.
I mean, you've lived some life. I'm 27 years old and I have rarely left Hennigan's Stead. Although many years ago we did briefly employ a French governess. Well, I think she was French. She said she was French, but she spoke Russian. That was when Paul thought I would become a lady.
A change of pasture doesn't always make for a fatter calf.
I know, and I wouldn't change my life for all the money in the world. I'm just saying, Sometimes I wish I'd been, well, braver. Been to more places, seen more things.
If you ask me, it usually takes more strength to stay than to run, Mr. Farland.
I always enjoy a trip to Armadillo.
Sure is a pleasant journey.
It used to be such a nice town. Before that gang started helling around the place, causing all that trouble, shaking down the local merchants, kidnapping, and worse.
That's what I heard.
It's a terrible shame, if you ask me. And there's not a man with the gravel in his gizzard to stand up to them.
What about the marshal?
Well, he's doing what he can with what he's been given, I suppose. So this is Armadillo. Manhattan it is not, but it does okay for us. Most important thing for you right now is getting yourself into Dr. Johnson's office to purchase some medicine. The first one's on me.
Thank you, miss. I'll pay you back.
I'm sure you shall. The doc's a good fellow. He saved your life, so be polite to him. Meet me in front of the general store when you're done.
How do you do, little friend? How would Armadillo get by without me? Southwestern Railroad says more train.
Hey, mister.
You need something for that gout?
Why, thank you.
Loquacious you ain't, friend.
Howdy.
Finally come to get that bullet out your leg. I hear half-ton Hank's traveling circus puts on a hell of a show.
Much obliged.
Well, thanks for driving me. It was nice to be able to enjoy the view for once, and a little company never hurts now and again.
You're more than welcome, miss. Least I can do. Thank you for the medicine.
Why don't you have a look around Armadillo? You can always take a stagecoach back to the ranch later.
I might just do that. Travel safely, miss.
Try not to get yourself shot. I won't be around to save you this time.
Seems all railroads these days drop off more and more.
Там крови шкур. Вот что за дилижанс. Ладно, будем, пожалуй, заканчивать на сегодня. Всем всего доброго, до скорых встреч. Пока-пока. Увидимся в других моих видео. Кому понравилось видео, ставьте пальцы вверх, подписывайтесь на канал, пишите, что если хотите увидеть продолжение. Ладно, на сегодня будем заканчивать. Ну как, тряпки. Видео, пожалуй, заканчивать на сегодня. Всем всего доброго, до скорых встреч. Пока-пока-пока.